Good evening. I'm Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is your weekend edition for this Sunday, the 16th of February, 2025. And we're just getting on to 6 p.m. Central Time. You know, we started with a pretty good break that happened in the metal markets on Friday. Gold down $45, $50 at one point. Silver market came cracking down. So what these markets did is they put trading tops in. That doesn't mean the overall trend has changed, but trading tops, yeah, I think they're in. You're down in the energy markets tonight. Bonds and notes, well, they're adding a little bit of yield, but not a lot. And remember, you have the stock market closed tomorrow. You got the cash bond market closed tomorrow. A lot of futures markets won't open tonight as they normally do. They'll resume trading tomorrow night. So deal with that. I've sent to my subscribers what the calendar hours are, in other words, trading hours for this holiday. But you can see how the metals have all basically come down. The dollar is just basically stable, up 10 points. And the currencies are waffling right here, not doing a heck of a lot one way or the other. In the gold market, if the market were to finish out on a monthly basis, because it's a closing chart of only months, you're at 28.73, an all-time high. You've still got another 50% of the month left. Remember that. When you come to the weekly charts, because everything started at the same time, same amount, in other words, same close, but that would put you down right now as you're at on a weekly basis a little bit. You can see how the chart action has stalled out. Now, the weekly chart didn't do as bad as the daily charts. The daily charts got themselves into trouble, and it is saying you could get to the, 2860 level before you can see where you're at. I'm not going to show that tonight. I'll show that probably tomorrow. Higher lows with a vertical price rise and the market starting to pull back. Here, the support is 27.22. That's a long way off, and if it fell there, that's $150. That wouldn't be a little break. That'd be a big one. So I'm not looking for that to occur at this time. What I am seeing is that the market has had what we call the gorilla glue trade, where the market sits on the weekly chart and is just riding the upper Bollinger Band, hasn't pulled away from it. If we look at tonight, the high is 28.8260. The upper band is 29.03. So for the first time, it hasn't hit it. But what are we into trading? 1 hour at this point? So don't get excited by that. You never did embed. You got overbought in this market, and you lost the bullish embedded reading on the daily chart. So I have reasons to suspect that there's some more downside coming in this market. When we go to the gold-silver ratio, as long as you stay over the 18-week average, which you are, that means gold is stronger than silver. When we take a look at silver, it got up to the upper Bollinger Band, getting thrown back. It could want to go down here to the 31.40 level. And unlike gold, which would have to drop to get, what do we say, $150 an ounce to the 18-week average, this is attainable, but it's still a full $1 an ounce. Could happen. And I think the buyers will be waiting for the market at that level. I want to say that. In the copper, we made our bottom, if you'll recall, at the 200 to 100-day average, came back up, fought a battle for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, right at the 18-week average, and popped immediately. Now we're ahead of ourselves. Markets only stay outside of Bollinger Bands 5% of the time. So I know you all want to think, well, it's over, it's going to keep running. More times than not, what it'll do is this. It'll hit, if it's going to run it, it'll get over the band and then find a way to pull back. It's rare that you go more than 5 times on the daily chart. Weekly charts can do things a bit different because they're a week at a time, but even this is highly, highly unusual. It's called the gorilla glue trade, and that's because the market latches on, as you can see, to the Bollinger Band, and every week it keeps hitting it. Well, you're not doing that here. You got up to that upper band, you're pulling back. But what we'll find out very soon is this is already the 16th of February. As we get into March, the Chinese are going to tell the world how they're going about their stimulus plan. They've already committed how much the funds are. They've committed that they're going to do it via certain bonds. They've told us they're going to do things for the real estate market. None of that is working so far in the bits and pieces we know. So what are they going to do to release all that? And of course, we know the tariff wars are taking place. What's the impact on all this? Can you get metals if you're short to deliver onto the copper? That's been another problem, and I've alerted all of you that watch this as to how the shorts were in problems to get anything out of, say, London to deliver onto the contracts. Been a real problem. Platinum went from the lower Bollinger Band to the upper, fought its battle, as we thought, to stay underneath everything. Once it got under the 18-week average and the 200 and 100 were resistance points. When you cleared it, it's like you took all the pressure off the market and away you went to the upside. But again, when you hit that Bollinger Band, I want to take the opposite side of the bet most of the time, that it's going to just keep going. You'll get those Gorilla Glue trades every now and then. And like every gambler, you know, once I see 4 weeks in a row where you've hit it, it's locked in. I don't know how far it's going to go, but you pull your bet off the table and you go, not for me. In the dollar index, notice we're back under the 18-week average closes. You haven't done this since all the way back here, the October timeframe. Something changed in the marketplace. It's called Trump. And how the impact on everything, it isn't bullish now. Suddenly the markets are pulling back and saying, was that it for the dollar? And if you go in and you look at currency upon currency, they're rallying against the US dollar. This isn't a one-off. It's a number of them. Has a top been formed? I'll be doing a report on that very shortly to answer that question. In the meantime, you might want to take advantage of all the free offers that we have by going to iraepstein.com free offers. For those of you that want to get access to my research again, let's assume you had the free access, you went in and you found you were blocked out. For President's Day, I've taken the block off. You have to sign up by Tuesday morning. After Tuesday, game over. You're not going to get it again for a year. All right, so you can have 2 weeks access to decide, maybe what he's saying is something I should look at. Let me take another look at that. It's all in free offers. Just sign up for it there, and away you go. I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a great evening. I'll catch up in the morning. I'll be putting out updates. Even though the stock market's not open, I still have my subscribers in futures, and I will handle it for them. And tomorrow night, I'll be back with not a spider ETF. There's nothing to talk about tomorrow night, but I will do the futures markets just the way I'm doing this one and the metals. All right, and the financial markets. You have a great evening. Take care.